Hello friends, in this video we'll work on single employee data API. Inside last two videos, we have seen the concept of add employee API as well as list employee API. So in this video, we'll pass an employee ID into URL. After getting that employee ID, we'll fetch single employee information. Back to editor, let's open API controller class. So I will go inside app, HTTP, controllers, API and API controller class. So to work with single employee details API, we need to work over this get single employee method. So while calling this method, we need to pass employee ID into URL and that employee ID will fetch or will get inside this method. So let's create an object of our API model. So here let's say employee object equals to new and employee model class. By using where condition means where method and first method, we can list the single employee information. So here let's say data equals to employee object. I will use where method to match employee ID with the ID column of employees table. So ID equals to, this is the employee ID what we are getting from URL, and I will use first method. So once we found any data of this ID into our table, so this variable will contain some data, otherwise this variable will be null value. So here let's say if not empty, and inside this not empty function I will pass data variable. It means we have some data, so in that case let's return response. I will use JSON method, pass an array here. Let's say status equals to true, message equals to employee data found, and inside data we have our single employee information. So this is all about our success if block. It means we found our employee on the basis of this employee ID. Otherwise, let's say in some cases if we have no employee with this employee ID, so in that case let's return response JSON method, pass an array here. Let's say status equals to false, message no employee found with the given ID. So successfully, this is all about our success block and this is all about failed block. Let's do a quick unit testing of this method. So first I will open api.php. So I will go inside routes folder, api.php. So to call our get single employee method, we need to call this route called single-employee, and into this URL we need to pass employee ID. Let's go to Postman. So first I will start development server. So php artisan serve, pressing enter, development server started. I will copy this project URL, copy link, back to Postman, after /API, and after we need to pass our route, and the route will be single-employee. So copy, put it here. Next we need to pass our employee ID, and one more thing, this route we are hitting using get request type. As we can see, get method has been used. So let's pass an employee ID into URL. So here let's pass 100, and this ID does not exist inside our table. Let's go to our employees table, and as we can see that inside this employees table we have the available IDs ID 1 and 2, so 100 does not exist. So in that case let's click on that no employee with given ID. So in place of 100, if I pass second number ID which really exists, click on send button. Now we can see that status equals to true, employee data found, and this is all about single employee data information. So this is all about development of single employee API. In the next video, we'll see the concept of update employee and delete employee. And one more thing before closing this video, that this is not only the single option to get the single employee information. We can use the concept of employee, it means model directly. So how can we use that? If I go and comment this line, let's say data equals to employee, and let's comment out this line as well. So employee, and I will use where method, and here let's ID equals to employee ID, and next use first method. So once we do all these changes and save this file, back to Postman, click the same API. Now we can see we have the same output. Also, if we go inside our list all employee, so let's comment this line as well. Data equals to employee, it means we want all the data, so employee model scope resolution operator, and I will use get method. Save these changes. Let's call this list employee method. So go here, I will copy this route, open a new tab, I will hit using get method, and this time instead of calling single employee, let's say list employee. Click on send button. Now we can see that we are getting the same output what we had seen inside last video. So this is all about using model directly, but we are using an instance. It means we are creating object first, and by the help of that object we are calling respective methods. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.